Share it.
Copy that. Use my phone. Copy that thing you sent me.
No, no, not that link. That'll put everybody directly on the platform.
Oh, so what I said, if I want to share it now, what would I go on
That's,
Facebook and say we live?
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna send you the Facebook link right now. We're live.
Well, can I just go on my Facebook page and say live right now?
Mm-hmm.
What's on your page live right now? Coming up live. What's on your mind? I can put live in 2 minutes. No excuses with Ty Best. And okay, I'm gonna put it there. Live. Now I'm put it in the title. No excuses. No excuses. Live in 1 minute with with Eric Ture Muhammad and
They're chiming in. They're coming on. Hey, Multiply. Hey, Eileen Gardenhire. Richard Shoto. Vivian Clark. Good morning. Good morning. Kevin Miller. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Royal Calhoun.
boy.
Michael Logan. Hey, hey, hey.
Mm, mm, mm.
Y'all share it out. Wake folks up.
Or go back to sleep. You may not want to be on this call. Seriously. Seriously, I mean it, folks. I mean it. I mean, because I know I'm probably going to offend some people on this call. So this if you're not in a mood, if you're not in for some straight talk, some straight conversation, it's 1:30, it's 1:23 in the morning.
David Jackson, there in the UK. What time is it there for you, sir? David Jackson is on.
So I mean it from the bottom of my heart. If you're not, this call ain't for everybody. That's all I'm trying to say to you. Brother Eric and I were talking. Let's go ahead and start talking, brother. I just want to chat with everybody this morning. For those who happen to still be up, okay. To my left in the screen, you see brother Eric Ture Muhammad, uh, legacy freedom fighter, son of brother Kwame Ture, also known as Stokely Carmichael. So he's a straight up hardcore freedom fighter that legacy cannot be denied. His history lies in this battle for freedom and this battle for justice and truth cannot be denied. Um, I believe my 38-year history in this industry says I'm dead serious about it. Getting emotional already. That's just wrong. Um, I didn't mean for me to get messed up. Dog, I didn't mean to mess myself up before I even get started. Okay, I meant to mess somebody else up. Anyway, but as I sit here and you look over my left shoulder, which would be it's really my right shoulder, but you see that lithograph back there. And for those who recognize, if you look closely, that's a lithograph of Rosa Parks. Uh, I had lunch with Rosa Parks. That was 1993. I had lunch with Rosa Parks in Los Angeles, California, when I was national training manager for Toyota Motor Sales. We I had lunch because Toyota would bring in, Toyota bringing in, give her a car to drive every year for free. Just gave her a car, and she drove the car on Toyota when she was still driving, or somebody would drive around in the car. And of course, and she signed that. That's an autograph lithograph. Yeah, that's a
Woo.
that's an NFT, for as
That's
I'm
right.
concerned. That's mine. Okay, it's made out to Tyrone, Alexander, and Valerie, signed by Rosa Parks herself in 1993. Um, I've been in this freedom fight for 38 years, really all my life. I understood the importance of freedom from a long time ago, and I understood uh, there was no excuses for not getting it. Once I understood what freedom was, and I understood what freedom was, and so you get a pass until you know that freedom's possible, and you get a pass until you start to understand what freedom really is. Because most of us, we don't know. We don't know. And so you can get a pass. I didn't know what freedom was until I was 20 years old, because I actually thought I was free. Okay. As many of you heard me say before, Abraham Lincoln took care of that, but not really. He dealt with the laws that wish to enchain and shackle us, but he didn't deal with the mental shackles that surround our brain. He dealt with the law that would physically chain us. But along years later, people who came along and started to deal with the mental chains that have been placed upon our brain, okay, that kept us in mental chain, be you black or white. It's not about ethnicity now, okay, because I submit to you that there are many Caucasians that are mental bondage and then mental chains and don't even know it. And they don't even realize they've been in mental chains. They wake up one day at 65 or 70, 75 years old, after they've sold their soul, heart, and life to some corporation, end up broke and said, wait a minute, what about me?
That's
I've done
right.
everything society told me to do. I got the education. I was a good person. I was a good human being. I did all the things society told me to do. I attended service every Sunday morning. I took care of my fellow human being. Here I am, 65, 70 years old, destitute and broke after working 50 years. And that's happening to people regardless of ethnicity, regardless of religion, regardless of education, regardless of background. But see, we do that until we know better. I feel I was blessed in my life at 20 years old for somebody to stop me and say, there's a better way, and showed me a path of freedom. And freedom was, and the only reason that door, that path of freedom, I said was open, because now this truth talk, because I've been exposed to some information that freed my mind, that left me open to the idea of freedom. I knew as long as someone else was writing me a check on Friday, I don't care if it was once a month or twice a month, that I was not truly free. Now, I didn't understand that freedom was possible, but I understood that I was in bondage. The scripture says the borrower is a slave to the lender.
That's right.
Okay. Well, I understood that. And I knew if I had to walk into work and kiss the boss's butt on Monday through Friday, then I was, as far as I was concerned, I was still a slave to him or her
That's right.
to some degree. I understood that. Now, that's not deep thinking. That's just sort of common sense kind of thinking. But I didn't know the solution. I didn't have an answer. So I'm doing what society programmed me to do, conditioned me to do. I got the good grades, got the education, got my degree, graduated by Hampton University, my wife and I both, and was doing what society told me to do from 28, 22 to 20 years old. And then I was introduced to this world called networking that said freedom is possible, that it was possible to have time and money. I said, you got to be kidding me. That's freedom. Freedom is not just money. You got money, you still got to sell 8 hours of your life every week to get it. That's not freedom. And freedom is, if you got all the time you got no money, that's not freedom either. Good night, brother. All righty. And so I got pumped up.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, so I've been on this journey and I've been free now for 26 years. It'll be 27 years in July of freedom, of waking up when I want to, going to sleep when I want to, doing what I want to. I don't have a schedule. That's why we're here 1:30 in the morning talking to you. I don't have a schedule. Okay. And so Brother Eric and I was talking, and we saw this incredible opportunity. And folks, believe me, I'm gonna get to the place. We entitled this talk, Brother Eric and I doing called No Excuses. And tell you how we got here 1:30 in the morning. I want to wake everybody up who want to hear this because Brother Eric and I, we understand how powerful this program we have our hands on. And I have such respect for Brother Eric because he saw this thing and he said, now let me see I get this straight. The difference between me having a job and not having one is how many people are willing to say hello. Do you keep your income option
That's
open?
right. That's right.
See, that was me. I said, the difference between me being a millionaire is how many people are willing to be rejected by, how many people are willing to be scorned by, how many people are willing to ask that question to find the ones like a Brother Eric Ture Muhammad or Michael L. Dalco or Sherry Brown, the ones who will say yes. How many people are willing to go through to find those ones who will say yes, or Roger Williams who will say yes, who say, I got the dream, I want to do this thing, no matter what it takes. The difference between me and financial independence is how many people I'm willing to talk to and go through to get that yes answer. That's the difference. That's it. That's the difference. That's what's standing between me and freedom. Is my feelings. Am I willing to put my feelings out there, get my feelings hurt, get rejected? I like a bull in a china shop. You know what I was doing? I didn't care.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so we started chatting a little while ago. I said, we got to go live. I said, because I'm feeling it right now, man. Because I believe GS Partners is the greatest opportunity. No, ain't no I believe. That implies some doubt. I know.
Mm-hmm.
You know and believe. See, I know gravity works. Gravity is real. You can believe it or not believe it. I know. See, I know this is. When you can take a smartphone and $33 and build $1 million business worldwide with no employees, no overhead, no place to go, unlimited income potential, get paid in a potential appreciating asset, what is there to think about? It only took 37 years for me to get here. Some of you are here now. You ain't have to go through what I've had to go through, what my wife had to go through to get here, but you're here now.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to stay read up and prayed up because I can't hear excuses from people. That's why a lot of times right now, I'm almost ready to avoid the telephone because I know my sensitivity level is real low right now because I can't hear the excuses. Because I got one reply, no matter what people say, Brother Eric, no, I don't care what they say to me, only one thing is going through my mind. I know I oversimplify everything, Brother Eric, but every time somebody says something about what they can't do, the only thing that's going through my mind is your dream's not big enough.
But I have to keep my job, Dr. Best.
Your dream's not big enough.
Well, you know, I don't know enough people.
Your dream's not big enough.
Good God. I don't have enough money to get the coins.
Your dream's not big enough. You've heard me make this statement all the time. I got it straight from Dexter. It says, if the dream is big enough, the facts don't count. What does that mean? He said, what is that? It sounds great. It's a nice little catchy phrase. If your dream is big, the facts don't count. It said when your dream is big enough, when your why is big enough, the obstacle in the way is irrelevant.
Mm.
You get a passion for what you're doing and what you want for you and your family. Man, You can't even hear that noise.
At all. At all.
You won't accept them weak excuses from yourself. You get off your assets and make it happen. You just won't hear it. You won't be concerned about what they think about you or your job. But see, the trick of America, the trick of corporate America is to make you so comfortable in that job that you will accept those weak excuses from yourself for not performing. You accept those weak circumstances for holding you back. And they're all weak excuses. Weak excuses. I don't have any money. We show the person opportunity to make money, and there are no more reasons for not doing is I don't have any money. Okay, you've been working a job 10, 20, 30 years, and you don't have $33. Talking about call me in a week, call me next week, or call me in 2 weeks. I'm gonna have my $33 ready to get started.
God.
Give me a break. Your dream's not big enough. Your why is not big. Excuse me, your why and your belief. First, you gotta get your why big enough. And then once you get your why up, then we gotta get you believing. You know? He said, it's so complicated. That crypto's so complicated. It's not complicated. Your dream's not big enough.
But I don't understand.
You figure it out.
I don't understand.
Your dream's not big enough. Your dream ain't big enough. Probably your dream ain't big enough. See, if you believe for 1 second that this program will pay you $1 million a year, you would not accept. I don't understand cryptocurrency. You get that doggone magazine and you read the book. You figure it out, or you'll find somebody around you to figure it out, or you'll get a young kid around you to help you figure it out. There it is.
Got a couple more.
If your dream's big enough, you'll figure it out. Just like I'm 60, I'll be 67 this year. Believe me, I figure it out. There's a whole lot of things about crypto I don't know. I can't explain the blockchain to you, but you know what? My dream's big enough. I figure it out. No excuses. No excuses. Okay? I don't have any money to invest. We're not asking you to invest. Do you have a dream that's bigger than your circumstances? Well, you understand what I'm going through right now, man. I got a lot of turmoil going in my house. No, your dream's not big enough. Your dream's not big enough.
Mm-hmm.
In this 30-year journey, I've had 2 heart attacks and 2 brain tumors now. I got every reason in the world to want to quit. I can barely get through a day.
Quit is not in the DNA.
No excuses.
It's not in the DNA.
How do you go through a day without thinking about a spouse, your business partner, your best friend of 47 years, when everything around you reminds you of that person every day? And you got to function. No excuses. I got a 36-year-old man knows his mama every day. I got no excuses. I got to function. I got a 21-year-old. No excuses. I got to function. People whining. Grown folk, grown men whining every single thing. Knock you off track. We can look, watch this. They say, oh, I'm so depressed. But they give them go to work Monday through Friday, still go to work.
Mm-hmm. Won't cry there.
Won't cry. We do what we got to do. Some of you got to get that, I got to do this business. When you get that place, you say, I got to do what I'm doing this business, you'll do it. You want to accept excuse from yourself. But you accept excuses because it's either lack of belief, okay, or your dream's not big enough. I submit that your dream's not big enough. See, if it was a guarantee that if you put forth the effort, you can make $1 million this year, I guarantee you some of you run through brick walls, you do everything you got to do. So what we have to work on is your belief more than anything else. As we work on your belief, we'll get your dream bigger, and you won't accept excuse for yourself or excuse from people all around you. You know? Yeah, I'm emotional right now. I get fired about this thing. Okay. Because this is that once in a lifetime kind of vehicle. Okay. Hey man, when the corn gonna go? Corn, look, stop. If your dream was big enough, you wouldn't even be worried about the corn.
Wouldn't even think about it.
You wouldn't be, you know why? Because every time you enroll someone for $33, you're building your assets, you're building your team, and you're getting paid on a day-to-day basis right now, instantly, all the time, in Bitcoin, in Ethereum, all the time. If you're getting paid every day, real time, real money right now, the last thing in your mind is when the coin can go up. You're like, when the coin appreciates in value as an asset, great. You'll take it when it happens, but you ain't losing no sleep about that. I don't spend no time worried about when that G99 go up. I didn't get the minutes sitting there hoping one day waiting for the G99 to go to increase in value. I got millions of G99 coin. Yes, I wanted to go there. Yes, I'm heavily invested in G99. I believe 1% in the coin. Okay, I got a bunch of real estate in Dubai. I believe 1% in that. I got enough fungible tokens, man, to last me a lifetime. Right now. But you know what I focus on? Okay, do you have a dream? And $33. $33 and get 3. $33 and get 3. No excuses. 7 billion people on the planet. He said, well, you know, your cryptocurrency is down. What they got to do with your $33 and you getting 3? Nothing.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Nothing. We had a 3-hour corporate event today. The billionaire comes on. And I know what he's thinking. He's thinking, what's wrong with these folks? Now, he's a polite gentleman billionaire. He don't say that. But if I was him, I'd be thinking, okay, he's put so much money in this program, so much incentive in this program, paying out 50 cents on every dollar, every single dollar that comes to the corporation. 50 cents off the top is paid directly back to the field. There ain't no other corporation out there doing in the networking space, period. Okay? He's got so many asset produced products that he and our chief technical officer, Alexander Coach, and all have created in the last year. It blows my mind. And the return that we have on the products they've created blows my mind. And I know he has to be thinking, what more can I do? I submit to you, Joseph Height, you doing what you're supposed to do.
That's right.
Alexander Coach, you doing what you're supposed to do.
That's
Corporate
right.
GS partners, you've done what you're supposed to do, and you're doing what you're supposed to do. It's we got to do what we're supposed to do out here in the field, and we're not doing it. Now, Wealth Business Worldwide, I submit to you, I believe you're doing a good job. Don't misunderstand me. But the question is, can we do more? Can we do better? See, it's not a question all the time, are you doing good? Yeah, we're doing good, but can we do great? Is greatness possible? Yes, it is. See, that's one of the things in my first book I wrote, Enemies of Your Success. And enemy of success is success itself. Because see, you can find yourself making 10 grand a month and say, man, I'm good. Yeah, but what if your potential is 50 grand a month or 100 grand a month in income? So you can sit there on your laurels because you're making 10, you look to the left and you look to the right and you're doing better than everybody else. But if your potential is 50 grand, you're not living up to God's given potential he gave you to live up to. And I submit to you that your potential is unlimited. So why are you accepting 2 grand a month or 5 grand a month or 10 grand a month? Why are you accepting such limited belief in yourself? And I notice what Joseph Height is thinking to himself. He says, I'm a multi-billionaire, and because he's done that, he knows what you're capable of doing. Like when I see him as a millionaire, I said, look, I'm not impressed with me. I haven't done anything that anyone else can't do. The reason why I'm so impressed with Brother Eric Ture, you know why? Because he got 3 years of networking experience. And because his hunger and his dream and his desire, and that short 3 years, he's catapulted himself into probably the top 2 or 3% income bracket in the world in this profession in 3 short years. And there are people been hanging around here for 10 years, 20 years, making all kinds of excuses. Now, you don't have to make excuses to me because you're the CEO of your own company. Okay? You're accepting those excuses from yourself. You're accepting mediocrity for yourself and for your own life. And that is your responsibility, and that is your right to. You do not have to be ambitious because I think you should be. You don't have to be ambitious because God commands us to be fruitful and multiply. You don't have to respond to me. I'm not God. I'm not claiming to be. I don't pretend to be. I'm saying you can be whatever you want to be. You got to answer to your maker. I answer to mine, you answer to yours. But the fact of the matter is, I would ask myself that question. How this guy been in business 3 years and he going to the top 1-2% income bracket, and I've been hanging around for 15, 20 years and haven't done what he's done. And then you can start accepting excuses for yourself. You can start saying, well, that's Stoker Carmichael's son. Well, that's Tyrone gave him a leg up. Tyrone gave him prospects. What Tyrone doing it for? You can come with any excuse you want to. Here's the reason why. Here it is. You want it? Your dream ain't big enough. That's it. You know what? In 1983, when I had my first brain tumor, and the house was in foreclosure, and Val was 8 months pregnant, and she broke her arm, and Ford Motor Company fired me because they said I was faking my brain tumor, because I was faking, couldn't come to work. That's right. That's what happened. February 1985, they called me in and said, your services are no longer needed. Can you sign here? Here's some money and go away. And I was sick as a dog. Supposed to sue them that day. I was supposed they wouldn't have stood a leg in any court in the world. But I was too sick to make a quiet decision for myself. I said, man, I'm out of here because I can't even drive the car. I was that sick. Wow. Okay. Then they sent me to accompany the doctor 3 times. Come to the doctor, tell me, we can't find nothing wrong with him. He's just pretending to be sick. I'm like, I'm telling you guys, I can't drive, I can't walk, I can't think. I got this, my head is in this vice. They could care less about me as a human being. I signed that piece of paper, man, left that place, laid in bed for the next week, and Val finally got me to a doctor outside, the corporate doctor. True story. And that doctor was the first one, so we need to run a scan. They did a little CT scan. So, yeah, you got a brain tumor. And I've been in business 2 years, hadn't made any money. Had every reason to quit, but you know what? My dream was too big, man.
Come on now. Come on.
Taste for freedom. I had a shot. I said freedom was possible.
Come on now.
But I did what I had to do. You know, I recovered from the brain tumor. Alex was born. He's 36 years old now. Don't feel bad for me. We overcame that. Okay. And they said never adversize the seed of equal greater benefit. You know what? Toyota Motor Sales hired me. And look, and paid me some 20, 25 grand more than what Ford was paying me for a job I didn't even like. And they hired me in a job I like doing. I was like, dog, man. See, you don't even understand what God has in store for you. Anyway. Brother, don't let me rain on. But what I'm trying to tell you, but the dream was big. And I never lost sight of the dream. I took the job. Don't quit your job tomorrow. The job will finance your freedom. The challenge so many of you have out there is you got a job and you think the job is the end all. You done. Because you got a job with IBM or Xerox or Ford Motor Company or General Motors, whoever you're working for. Okay? And you identify with the job more. You identify with your dreams and your family and your friends. You identify more with the job. Your job defines who you are. And it's not your fault again. That's not your fault. Society, see, that's the trick, man. That's the trick. You get you so identifying with your job that you never seek out, who am I supposed to be?
Right.
What am I supposed to have? What am I supposed to be after? You identifying with your job. And then look, and people use their job, they go jump off a building because they lost some stupid job. So identifying with the job, lose sight of themselves, lose sight of God-given, birth-given right to be whatever they wish to be in life.
Woo.
Yeah, I'm feeling it tonight. I'm sick of this nonsense. And watching people Don't share with other people. People need what we have in the worst way. Okay. People, do you understand? Just having a job, just going to work today is risking your life.
Oh Lord.
You know, just having a job, just showing up. Okay. When I went to the hospital last week with so-called second heart attack, wasn't nothing dramatic about it. I just felt strange, different. Because after you had the first one, you know, anytime something strange went by, I want to know what's going on. You know what I was concerned about in the hospital? Well, okay, let's make sure you don't find anything blockage that's wrong. But I was more concerned about contacting COVID or whatever you want to call this thing that people are dying from. Okay, let's don't get politics. So we get off rail sometime. I don't believe in COVID. Okay, that's not the point. People are dying from something.
Right.
Call it whatever you want to call it. Okay, I done had enough relatives and friends and people I know die from something that they caught somewhere. And the first thing the doctor said to me in the hospital, he says, now wear your mask. I don't care who comes in here. You wear your mask all the time because 1 out of 3 people in this hospital have COVID. That's 1 out of 3 that are working. So I'm in there praying, saying, okay, first I got to pray through, make sure I don't find anything serious going on with my heart. Then the second thing, make sure nobody comes in and gives me something they got from somebody else they take care of in the hospital. Because I don't have an exposure. I sit right here at this desk I'm talking from right now in my pajamas 4 or 5 days a week. Why? Because my dream was big enough 25 years ago.
Teach.
How big is your dream?
Teach.
You accept it. I don't know anybody. No. You know a bunch of folks. You walking past me every day. You know why? Your dream's not big enough. Okay? Brother Eric, I was talking to Eric. Said, what made you prospect that person? I said, I can tell you why you prospect. So why? Your dream's big enough. See, if you're scared to come, you know what? You know what I said? I'm scared to call the person. You know why? Your dream's too small. You think about what if it doesn't happen. But if you're thinking about your big dream, you'll prospect every single person you walk past.
Absolutely.
You'll get over that fear in a minute.
Absolutely. Absolute no-brainer. The logic of it all. Okay. All right. So the emotional logic. I get tired of coming home and not understanding what my children were thinking. They were grown now. When I left out for work, they were in bassinets and cribs and they in strollers, and I'm happy over my wife, and I leave out and I come back now and everybody's 18, 20, 22 years old. You understand? And I don't remember the last time I went out with my wife. I don't remember the last time we had dinner together as a family. I don't remember any of that. And I don't know who I'm looking at. And they are children that came from my loins. Hair on the face, tattoos and piercings and all kind of stuff going on in this new demographic. And I was clueless because when I left home to go to work, everybody was asleep. When I came home, everybody was asleep. And that's not the life I promised my wife. I didn't promise that to my children. I didn't promise that to myself. I didn't. And when Brother Kevin and others woke me up to what this opportunity, look, there he is. Big ups to you, Brother Kevin. When they woke me up to the possibility, I was gone. I was gone. And what happens in that meantime? In the meantime, everybody don't understand it like you do. My wife didn't see all this that we see right now. The last year and a couple of months have been nothing short of amazing. At the same time, it didn't come without his own trials, without his own turbulence, without his own circumstances. But that's part of it because your dream has to be big enough. Look, I'm in my 60s. What does that mean? That means I have more life behind me than I have ahead of me. So I ain't got time to try to figure out how to make this work. It has to work. It has to work. because 70's not promised, 80's not promised. Heck,
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow is not promised, but I can leave a future for tomorrow now. We're so used and conditioned to be under these dangling carrots. You know, we everything that has glitter and glitz, that's what's kept us broke all our lives. That's what's kept us deaf, dumb, and blind all our lives because everything was hidden in plain sight.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. And now I'm wide open. And I don't give a rat's patooey what someone has to say about it, what they think about it. I talk to everybody and everything breathing. And and this is the success. The success is no different for me than it is for Dr. Best or for you. Because all of us are equipped with the same ability to communicate. All of us are equipped with that. All we have to do is be willing to step out there and handle it. This is a faith walk that has proven itself to thousands of people, and some of us are sitting on like a bump on a log.
Mm-hmm.
I can't find anybody. I can't do it like you. No, you can't do it like me, and you can do it like me.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you embrace your dream, all you have to do is communicate and plug in. What is the difference between where I am, where Brother Kevin is, where Malta Maya is growing into, where Dr. Lakeisha McKnight is, where Ellen Rockman, excuse me, sister, where we are. The difference is we're connected to the community that feeds and fuels our belief. And belief, our attitude right now, attitude fuels the belief. It has to be there. It has to be there. You can't expect a dream to stay relevant or vibrant or alive if you're not plugged into the thing that drew the heat. It's like a charcoal being removed from the fire. You go cold and ashy. You can't recreate that heat. You can't recreate that intensity. You have to be aligned with the community that grows and feeds your dreams. I knew enough to do that, and I stick and stay. See, some of us say it out of rhetoric. We got to grow to the point where we get past the rhetoric. Yeah, I like the things that were introduced today that was new. But guess what? I'm working with what's now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working with what's now. What's now? $33 will get you an asset. $30 will position you to earn a residual income for the rest of your life. $33 a month could do that for you. Can your job do it? Can that $33 you wasted in fast food for two do it? No. But can I reclaim my life? Can I see my wife again? Can I see my children again? Can I have a decision making factor in their lives? What can I do for my grandchildren? What can I do for my great grandchildren? Those are the things I have to concern myself with now. And a job for me wasn't doing it. I had already put in the 20 years. I'm not knocking those that are on their 20, 30, 40 years. But redirect this thing and understand that was not designed to be permanent. However, you can reclaim time now. You can use it to finance your freedom.
I got a question for you, Brother Eric. Okay, because the question is, which is the driving force, the logic or the emotion?
It's absolutely the emotion. It's absolutely the emotion. I heard Mike Johnson say one day, look, you don't want to show up and throw up. It's all about the emotion. People don't remember half the stuff that we talk about. I'm not knocking the analytical. I'm not knocking the analytics. You understand? They do have their place. Our numbers, our facts, our figures have their place. But when you came to this opportunity, even if you were just exposed to the numbers, how did you feel? What made you say, I'm doing it? It wasn't your understanding of numbers. It was what was generated or germinating from the heart. Your mind is attached to your heart. It's not here. It's here. What do people feel? What do people remember? What do people embrace? I got proof of it. We did a 15-minute blitz almost around the clock on Sunday. Mm-hmm. And half the people that joined, more than close to, I don't know, 125, 150 people joined. And they cannot tell you what it was that made them say yes.
That's right.
You can't do it.
That's right.
It's the emotion.
And the emotion is the dream, folks. The reason I talk about it so much, I mean, G.S. Potter is perfectly logical. I mean, networking as a business is so logical that I don't understand how anybody don't see it. You know, you go, let me see, industry doing $200 billion business.
Come on.
And almost any opportunity is less than $1,000 to get in. We just happen to have one that's $33. Well, actually, ours is free to get in, but $33 activates your business center, and the income potential is unlimited. Now you can do that, or you go back and forth to your job for 40 hours a week to bring home peanuts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now the logic says, man, I'm doing it $33. Well, why don't most people do the $33? Why 95% of the population still got a job? Because we're not moved by logic.
Nope.
Okay? That logic got to be attached to some emotion and something that moves, that dream that moves us. And then once we start to believe that dream is possible, then we will take action. But until then, it's just numbers on a black and white piece of paper. Means nothing.
Nothing.
Okay? I've been in crypto space now for 3 years. I have yet to read a white paper. That's right. I haven't read the white paper over here either. Okay? And I don't know if I'm ever going to read it. Why? I don't need to read it. Some people smarter than me wrote it. Like, why I need to read it? Okay? Okay, but they know what they're doing. They wrote it. You know what I need to know? Now, listen, I wrote a book for $33. Will I get paid? Yes. I got paid. That's what I need to know. Do I have a dream? Yes, I do. Do I know where I'm going? Yes, I do. Do I know where I want to lead people? Yes, I do. Do I want to create 20,000 plus millionaires and help to close this wealth gap? Yes, I do. I got a dream bigger than self.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Okay? I'm moved by that dream. I'm not moved by the logic. I mean, I listened to the corporate call. It was a great call. I understand that all my community nodes now can be converted to some $30,000 community node and Lillian lines. All that made sense. When the call was over, I'm at the same place at the end of every corporate call we do. We've been doing that for a year. Everyone, ask CC Mahone, ask Brother Eric, ask Mr. Michael Delco. They called me after the call and said, what do we do now? I said, go get more people. Dream bigger and go get more people. Well, dream bigger and go get more people. Because the dream is big enough, the facts don't count. It just don't matter. Don't matter what the price of the coin is. It don't matter. Okay? You got a soap company out there doing $10 billion a year. Cosmetic company doing $1 billion a year. Why? It's the dream. What's your dream? Do you even know? Do you have one? Or you sit around waiting for the coin to mature?
Oh, here's one.
Mature.
We used to say, are you going to wait for God to bring you mystery bread? You know, wheat grows from the earth and you're waiting for it to drop out of the sky. $33. $33 today keeps you from standing in a gas station lotto line, a lottery line. I pulled up to a gas station one day, Dr. Best, and the place was packed out. And I couldn't understand why it was so packed out. It was around a lunch hour. I couldn't understand why it was packed out. I couldn't get in there to get the little water I wanted because I got to weave through people who were standing in line with scratch cards and tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And now it got so bad, some of us don't even realize the addiction. We're sitting along a wall in a gas station now with all these machines, pulling levers and pushing buttons and smoking cigarettes and eating gas station chicken.
Right.
You know? And I'll share an opportunity with them. And their eyes are like glass. You don't see any life in these eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're caught up.
Yep.
That's not the only vice. Your 401 is a vice. Your retirement plan is a vice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not saying that to beat up on anybody. We're going through a hack. We have a real opportunity, and you can learn about those opportunities, but $33 gets you started. You can learn about all that other stuff later. $33 right now. You kidding me?
Makes you the CEO of your own company. Your company operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in 150 plus countries.
How many employees do you have, Dr. Best?
Zero.
How much overhead do you have, Dr. Best?
Zero.
How
Well,
long do you have to wait to get paid, Dr. Best?
zero time. Get paid instant, right now money.
So you're saying that your phone that you just picked up, does it make money for you? Do you make money with it? Do you, I mean,
24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
come on. Come on.
Sleep. Look, I made money while I was in the hospital all last week, sitting there, lying in the hospital bed, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And I know those 5 days I probably made more money lying in the hospital, watching the NFL playoffs and Golden Girls, because Betty White passed away, so I had Golden Girls marathon on. I'm laying in the hospital bed, and I'm saying to myself, man, this is just, I said, praise God, hallelujah. That's all I kept saying to myself. I said, because they don't know what I know. Okay. And I thank God every day. When I wake up in the morning, I say to God be the glory. That's not my statement of the day. I feel blessed to have somebody stop me at 20 years old, and I had enough vision to see what they shared. And then I had enough determination to stick to it till I figured out how to get it done. And then to be here where I am in this place right now with this incredible opportunity that's leading the greatest wealth transfer the world has ever seen. Because that's what you're in the midst of, folks. See, some of you don't know that. Some of you don't believe that. You don't believe that, but you're in the greatest wealth transfer the world has ever seen. It's taking place right now in plain sight, right in front of your face. And still less than 5% of the population, even though when we start talking about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, Ethereum, the blockchain, they don't know what we're talking about. And for $33 subscription, okay, we got a training program, education program, a support team that's going to show you how to build your income, that's going to set you and your family free for the rest of your life. And you want to think about it. You want to hesitate about it. And look, if you put the whole $33 in and lost it all, it didn't work out for you, whoop-de-doo. I just went to cinnamon bun tonight with my son. First, I go to Chipotle, get me one of them vegetarian things. I'm trying to do something, I'm trying to get thin again or something. So anyway, and Gabe said, I want to go to cinnamon bun. So we go there. And I said, Gabe, which one? 1 and 2? He said, no, I want 6. I said, 6. Whatever. He said, okay, well, give me 5. I said, no, give him 6. Give me 4 of them little ones for me. Okay, right? So much for my dad. $30 later. And as I'm doing this, brother Eric, I'm thinking to myself, what's going on out here? Our business costs less than some Cinnabons. I said, you gotta be kidding me. I said, understand, folks, for those who are on the call, listen, please bear with us, man. We just rant and rave. Go to sleep if you got to. As Dexter say, hey, if your dream's not big enough and you're tired, go to sleep. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to that person so hungry right now they can't sleep.
I want you to think about this now. I want y'all to think about this. Okay, so there are people on the call from Nigeria, from Kenya, from Tupelo, Mississippi, just above one below. People are asking questions. Is it monthly? Other people are asking questions. How do I save my savings? If no one has introduced this opportunity to you, you go ahead and inbox me. If someone brought you to this opportunity, you respond to them because they brought you this opportunity because that's what it is. This opportunity is designed to help you get free. So here we are talking. Look at your responses. Look how many people you could have talked to by now. Look how many people you could have shared this out with. You can't tell me you can't find people. Mr. Dalco says this, and it is true as just as sure as we're sitting and breathing and talking with you. You will run out of time before you run out of people.
Hey, brother Eric, I'm almost at the point where Before I sponsor somebody now, I almost need to see a resume. I know that sounds funny in a network marketing space to say, because I ain't got time. I ain't trying to. You may think they trying to get me. I ain't trying to get nobody. Do you understand how much time and energy it's gonna take for me to take my 38 years experience and give to you for free to get you started? You know what you're doing? I'd rather go sponsor me another pro. Or if you don't know what you're doing and you want to get involved and be my business partner, you better be hungry. Because if you ain't hungry, you're gonna be roadkill.
That's right.
I'm just telling you the truth. You gonna say, man, that Ty Bass, man, he forgot all about me. I ain't forget about you. I'm gone. I ain't dragging you to success today. I ain't got time. Love you, but I ain't got time. It's out there. That's why we got a 25 support system. Everything you need to want. If you got wealthbuildersworldwide.info, wealthbuildersworldwide.info, myww.net. If you got that, you can be anywhere in the world. You got all the tools you need to build your business. Okay.
Right.
But if you've been around for a while where people been holding your hand and walking you through every little thing, and you go, oh, I can't cut my computer on while you watching The Price is Right. Oh, I can't do this while you watching football. Oh, the NFL playoffs on. I'm watching these folks out there. I'm not exaggerating. I got a TV. I got a 50-inch television right here. Okay. So I saw all the playoff games. At least I had it on this weekend. And every one of them had 60 to 80,000 people jammed into the auditorium or Coliseum or wherever they were playing. Rain, hail, sleet, or snow. Why is that? And you wonder if you can find 3 people who want to be free? But they got 80,000 people that dressed like Kansas City Chiefs, painted face red, painted face green, fighting 5-degree weather out there. Man, please. I don't want to hear it. And I ain't hating the folks for doing it. Let them do what they got to do. Okay? But no excuses. Okay? Their dream was big enough to overcome 5-degree weather, overcome 80,000 people jammed into a Coliseum to go watch a 3-hour football game. People chase a pigskin. I mean, I like football. I'm not hating NFL. Please don't hear that in my conversation. Everybody got to have some recreation. I'm more of a basketball fan, but I still won't go in the Coliseum and fight 30,000 people to go to a basketball game. I'm not going to do it. My time to me is worth more valuable. Now, look, when I can go there like Jay-Z and Beyonce, had a limo pull me up and bring me in the back gate and put me on the front row.
Sit you at center court.
Huh?
Give you seats on center court. You know.
Right. I'm like, okay, maybe I go to the NBA playoff finals that way, the NBA All-Star game, but I'm sorry. Okay.
Dream, folks?
At some point, you got to grow up and say, I'm tired of being one of the entertained masses. I want to become a meaningful, specific. Okay. Networking. This business, GS Partners, gives you the opportunity to become a meaningful, specific at $33. And it's really not even $30 because for $30, you get a $28 NFT. So what's that? Don't matter. That's why I ain't really talking about it. That confuses the conversation. That'll slow down the conversation too. It's a $33 decision anywhere in the world. For you to start your own business, unlimited income potential, free training, support, and all the stuff you need to build it. But if you will accept excuses from yourself, it means your dream is not big enough and you don't know what you want. But once you get crystal clear, folks, once I understood I wanted freedom for me. Now, this way, growth starts with yourself. Me at 20 years old, I thought it was not freedom. Me. And then I have to be around some manly men, and they say, you might want to check with your wife. I said, why? What you mean? I said, she like her job. He said, before you free yourself, you might want to free your wife. I said, man, my wife liked her job. She's a flight attendant. She liked her job. Put her little uniform on and strut through the airport. You know how flight attendants strut through the airport, Rod's range. You know how you guys do, Raj. You guys walk through the airport. And look, flight attendants walk through the airport like they own the place, don't they?
Sure do.
They walk through the airport like they own the doggone airline. I mean, and it's not a criticism. I'm not talking about Rod's range. I'm not talking about Valerie. May she rest in peace. But it's the truth. They do. And I remember, and I said, shoot, Val, I like her job. I went home and said, Valerie, my sponsor said I might want to check with you because you might want to quit your job. She said, I quit that job tomorrow.
Woo!
I'm clueless. Now I'm with the woman for a decade. I had no idea. She said, I quit that job in a heart. She said, I quit that job in a blink. She said, I ain't thinking about this shit. I quit that job tomorrow. I want to be free too. And so I said, okay, so the first agenda is to get her free.
Mm-hmm.
And at 32 years old, she was done. That was 1987, folks. So why did she quit her job? Because the dream was big enough.
Dream was big enough. Dream was big enough.
Because her baby boy, which is now 36 years old, did not know his mama. He knew me, but she go out of town and be gone for a week, come back, and then he didn't know her again. And by the time he get to know her after about 3-4 days since she's home, then she back on the road again for 4-5 days. And then he knew me. And then she come home again and he didn't know her again. And that was literally the first year and a half of his life. He was like, what in the world? She said, my baby don't know me. I said, boo, I'm sorry, you never hear. But that was our life. That was the price. But we was working the business part-time and finally we got enough money. I said, you know what? We put a pencil to the pad and say, quit, we can do it. We'll make it work. We had some, it wasn't perfect. We made some sacrifice, cost some things, got rid of one car. So don't need 2 cars. You ain't going nowhere, right? Don't need 2 cars at this point. Okay. Still had to, didn't need to, but one was already paid for. Kept another was a company car, another was the car we owned. So it was good. Okay. And so life was great. And she retired. And ever since. And I share this out. Hats off to my good friend, Mr. Thomas Varner Jr. Because after Val passed away, I was really having a moment. And that Friday, that Saturday, I said, how can I be married? We'll be together 47 years and I don't get any real closure. Okay, because the movie kind of thing, babe. We had a wonderful 42 years together and God bless and see you and on the other side and all that kind of stuff, Didn't get into that. It was like, hey, I'll see you at the hospital in a few minutes. Last words. So I'm talking to Thomas Varner, good friend of mine. Happens to be Baha'i, by the way. See, I cross all these religious boundaries. I break all these taboos, Okay. Happens to be Baha'i was talking. And I said, Varner, I didn't get that closure, man, I wanted. So what you mean you didn't get closure? He said, you guys been free for like 25 years. See how we get our own little brain, our own little world. I went, oh yeah. So what you been doing for the last 2 years before she passed away? I said, we wake up and go, where we going for lunch?
Constant date.
Where we go eat dinner? I mean, literally, that's what we did for the last 2 years. I mean, literally, 4-5 days a week. Our whole day it was like a celebrity. You ever seen the TV program on TV said, what you doing today? Well, they planned out lunch and dinner. That's pretty much what Val and I did. I mean, other than our networking stuff in between, we planned out lunch and dinner 4-5 days a week. That was the heaviest part of our life schedule. I said, well, God Almighty, I hadn't thought about it like that, Varner. I guess I did have closure.
What a beautiful thing.
For a minute.
What a beautiful thing.
Someone else, piece, Eric, brother, I'm going to turn it over. I got to tell you this one last little story, folks. But you know what hit me about, I don't know, a month or 2 months ago, whenever. Doesn't matter. Now, I apologize for getting all emotional.
No need to apologize.
But let me share this with you. If Valerie had done the traditional thing, like corporate America has us plan, get the schedule planned out for your life,
Mm-hmm.
she would have turned 65 last July.
Oh,
She
wow.
would have retired in July. She got diagnosed with cancer in August, and she was gone in February. That means she would have worked all her life to 65, retire a month later, get diagnosed with cancer, and 6 months gone. This is how most people's lives unfold. You have a rare opportunity to change your life now, but not just to change your life, but to change the lives of so many other people so they don't have to go through that journey.
Mm.
It's in your hands.
Mm.
If you don't accept excuses from yourself and from others, but primarily from yourself. Like, I can't understand crypto. I can't code the computer. I don't know how this going to work. I don't know anybody. I ain't got no friends. All this nonsense that's in your head got nothing to do with reality. And if I can do it, Brother Eric can do it, Kevin Tues can do it, Chevy Thomas can do it, Michael Dalker can do it, Manisha Dalker can do it, Sherry Brown can do it, Wesley Thomas can do it, Dr. Mike can do it. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Dr.
I,
Hodge can do it. Dr.
well,
Ron Hodge can do it. You can do it.
that's it. I have a business partner, Dr. Best. He's 73. He's 73. And when we got together back in December of last year to get him started, he owned a computer and never been on it. And I said, well, you got your control button here, that's CTRL, and you got this over here. And he says, okay, does it matter which one of those buttons I hit? I said, no, either one on either side of the space bar is fine. He said, on the what? I said, the space bar. He said, how do I find that? I was like, ooh, this is going to be rough.
Right.
And he went on to get more than 15 community nodes. He runs on automatic. He just does whatever he does with the computer. And it's like everybody can do this because everybody's positioned to get in where they fit in. This thing is so amazingly, but are you willing? Are you willing to step out there and do what you have to do? Because one thing Dr. Best said that I'll never forget, you may be the only one that God has commissioned to give that person the opportunity that you passed by. Now, you're damning someone to a lifestyle and a situation. You don't think there's a price for that coming back to us or our generation? I mean, think about this now. Why were we chosen for this? That's a whole nother level of why. And many of us treat this like we treat religion, mosque, or churches. Look, do you go out your door and see your neighbor? You're going to church on Sunday or you going to the mosque on Sunday. Do you look at that neighbor and say, hey, I want to introduce you to the best spiritual foundation I ever received for my life and my family. I would like for you to come with me to the church. I would like for you to come with me to the mosque. 9 times out of 10, hell no. You'll never even talk to them about it. We treat this opportunity the same way. There are people out here who are looking to survive through whatever is taking us out right now. And some of us have supplements and all kind of things that we do to show up our immune system. We know how to store food in our homes and all that kind of stuff. You don't share that knowledge or that opportunity with your neighbor? Just imagine what happens when they see you fattening and they're growing thin. They're growing frail, and you and your family, your children are growing healthy. You're manifesting the results of something that you could have shared with them a month ago, 6 months ago, a year ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And their condition would be so much different. We're chosen.
Hey, brother, I tell people, that I have had the honor of having this 38-year journey. And for those who've been around for a while, it's one thing to hear a story and they tell you what's going to happen the next 40 years. And then when you live it and watch it happen,
oh Lord,
it freaks you out because they're 20 years old. You know, I was told that, 95% of the population age 65 will end up dead or broke. I was told at some point in your life, you're going to become, if your income is dependent upon a job, you're a financial disaster waiting to happen.
mm-hmm.
At some point, something's going to happen to disrupt your income over that next 40 years. I mean, I was told all that stuff at 28, and it's like 28. It's like a fantasy story, it's like, yeah, because you're 28, you young,
like, yeah, right, whatever,
yeah, whatever, it's like, but I've witnessed this firsthand. I've seen the strokes take people out. I've seen the heart attacks take family out. I've seen divorce take family out. I've
mm-hmm.
seen all kinds of things just devastate people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that if they plug into a network marketing venture, most of the stuff they're dealing with, they would have never dealt with. Number one, because there is a problem you can't have that you can't sponsor yourself out of because of network.
Teach.
There's a problem you can't. Well, they said money cures all things. It actually does. Okay, or at least it makes it easier to endure. It actually does. Or what anybody tell you? Okay. I mean, look, I had some problems in the past year. Money ain't been one of them. And a lot of times money is 80% of the problems people have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you eliminate money as a problem, most of your problems gone. Now, money won't bring back Valerie. Money can't fix whatever goes on in my heart. I understand that. But woo, boy, it's nice to be laid in the hospital and not worry about, I wonder how the bill's going to get paid.
Come on.
Wonder what I'm going to eat. I wonder what's going to happen to my sons. Man, they good. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a certain amount of peace that comes with that. He said, rich folk do like to die. Well, I don't know if they don't like to die. They're just not stressed out about money.
Mm-hmm.
But I've watched all this. People said, well, why do you think it saved marriages? Because one thing, okay, if a husband and wife on the same page, couple on the same page with a common dream and a common goal, they have something to at least talk about. I mean, husband and wives don't have anything to talk about. Wife living in one bedroom, husband got another bedroom. You got a beautiful home. That's right. I know. That's right. You ain't fooling nobody. You got a beautiful home. You ain't slept together in 2 years, 3 years, 4, 5 years. Look good outside. Everybody, all the neighbors impressed, and you guys can't stand you. Just live in the same roof because you got nothing to talk about. He goes one way and you go another way. Okay, he might be a powerful attorney. She might be one. The last you want to do is talk about the law when he gets home or she gets home. But networking, all of a sudden, you get this common thing to talk about a little bit. And all of a sudden, you got this common thing to talk and communicate about. Okay, you start to work on becoming a better person, reading books. Most men have no idea about what it means to be a husband or a father. There's no class.
I wasn't taught.
There's no class. Okay, most women know what it means to be a wife. They got a better idea than we do about being a husband. I can tell you that though. But we truly clueless. They might be working on it. At least they're in the game. At least they taking classes. They got some nurturing, understanding, some nurturing thing. We clueless men. Okay, I mean, so many benefits to being a part of this networking community. He said, well, you only call folks and reach out to folks because you have an opportunity. I said, well, what's the problem? What? Well, at least networking make me say, hey, brother, what's your name? Eric Tremont? My name is Ty Best. Hello, let me ask you a question. But if it was for networking, I wouldn't say that. I'd nod, go about my business. Okay? Networking makes you reach out to other people and get involved in their lives. Okay, there's so many intangibles, serendipitous things that happen because it's business. Okay, just the books we end up recommending people read. Okay, hey, you ever read The Magic of Thinking Big? What's that? There's a book, man. It's a book. It's not a movie. It's a book. Okay. Okay. If it was for this industry, okay. If it was for this industry, most people would never heard of Les Brown, never heard of Zig Ziglar,
True.
Brian Tracy,
True.
John
True.
Maxwell. Most people have
True.
never heard these folks if it was for this industry. Please. Okay.
True.
You talking about noble cause? Man, there's so many benefits. The money is just an extra benefit. Having a goal is an extra benefit. Having something to pursue and wake up be excited about every day, extra benefit. Those are all extra benefits to me. Okay. The money is great.
Mm.
Okay. But I'm as excited today, 38 years later. Find me another professional, very few, I know it's some, that's in their profession for 30 years and see if they're as excited today about their profession today as they
Or
were 30 years.
see if you can find them.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Listen, this journey for me, it is just beginning in many respects. But I don't believe anymore. I know I'm a networker. I know I'm a networker now. You see, because what I lacked in experience, I'm making up in labor, in keeping it to the grind, doing what's in front of me to do. I don't do everything perfect. I don't do everything right. Mr. Dalco made a great point yesterday in the Blitz conversation. He talked about how Brother Kevin 2X talks about taking tests and what if you get 50% of it wrong? What if you get 10% of it wrong? I mean, 90% of it wrong and only get 10% of it right. You see, so I use all of this to keep the mind right. I'll give you an example. I learned today through Dr. Lakeisha McKnight's presentation at 7:30 that she does in her stream, her TKO, talk about how she's personally sponsored 900 people. What did she put in place? What did she have? I mean, the attitude's drawn to it. I'm scroll through the timeline to see what wealth builders are doing. Some folks be out there TikToking and sharing this and what's cute and all that kind of stuff. Folks shaking their fanny and whatnot. Man, I looked at Sister Shelby Casey Thompson standing in front of her husband's whip and said, "Hey, my car's acting funny." He said, "Baby, just take this one." See, that's the kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You understand? You can't put a price on that. You can't put a price on that where you can now look, you can say there's a difference between saying, "Oh, he's a man," and "That's my man."
Mm-hmm.
You see? To alleviate stress and problems. Heck, y'all know the story. Last year, the headlight went out on my wife's car. Couldn't get the bad boy fixed. Went from shop to shop. They couldn't figure out what the electrical issue was. What did she do? She fixed it. She just replaced the whole car. She just, when you are in a position to aid that, to give back. See, I didn't know. Going back to the house, okay? I didn't know that I was me personally, I was very inconsiderate of what my wife's aspirations were. I was very inconsiderate. When this freedom thing began, I was gone. I mean, I'm running for it. Carlito and I were traveling all over the country. We were doing all kinds of stuff on residual that we were making. I forgot all about the fact that my wife was working. She's allowing me to run. Think about it, she's working. There are bills that I knew nothing about. There were things that were happening in the household I knew nothing about. And if I had the understanding that I have now, she would have never had done that first. It would have been me holding on to that plantation, but I didn't know better. Now, on the flip side, now things are starting to happen. Mr. Best asked me one day, "Hey, man, when was the last time y'all cooked at home?" And I had to think about it. Because now money was coming in. I wasn't thinking about the money. I was just we were moving to build the business, build the people, build the business, build the people. I didn't even think about the money. But all of a sudden we found ourselves tabulating, man. He said, for the last 2 weeks, all I heard you talking about, y'all went to eat, y'all went to do this, y'all went to do that. Right? I'm looking at stuff and I don't want to buy it because I'm thinking about how many G999s I can get for it, right? One day my wife walked up and she said, the children don't come home. They rather stay on the campus, even on the holiday, because they're in college. I said, stay on the campus during the holiday? Yeah, because you don't feed nobody. She said, you can put it in the business. She said, look at these cabinets, look at this refrigerator. Then she turned around with her fine self. I'm losing my assets. I remember Mr. Dalco coming on the stream and telling us how Sister Manisha said, do I have to get a job to keep some cash in the house? Y'all just keep pulling everybody to the business.
I had to go get a job to keep some money around here, because we asset hungry around here, man. We accumulate assets. We acquire assets right here.
But what a great problem to have.
So let me run this by the folks, because I know we've been talking for an hour and some hour 15 minutes now. I did want somebody to watch the thing. They say hour 15 minutes. They may not watch it, so we better sort of. But let me say this, folks. Think about this, folks. For those who are watching for the first time, don't try to figure out what we're doing. Look at it like this. It's a $33 decision. That $33 puts you in position to make over $50,000 a month minimum in the next 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
You said, well, that guy Ty Best, Dr. Best, he probably exaggerating. Okay, let's make it 25,000 part-time. Well, he probably exaggerated. Let's cut that in 50. Let's make it 12,500 a month in the next 12 months. You know what? He probably exaggerated. Let's cut that down to 6,500. See, it really don't matter what you believe or don't believe, how much it is. It don't matter. Make that 3,000. Who would love to spend $33 and find themselves making an extra $1,000, $2,000 a month part-time in the next 90 days? Everybody qualifies. The wealthy everybody qualifies. You heard Dirk Zolman, they said he just enrolled a billionaire in the program today.
Mm-hmm.
If it's good enough for the billionaire, it's good enough part-time for the person making 20 grand a year. Come on, folks. There isn't anything to think about here. Okay? Don't accept any excuses. If you can't see yourself doing this, there's only one reason. Your dream's not big enough. You don't believe enough. We got to get you dreaming bigger and then believing. We got to get you dreaming bigger and then believing. Everything starts with the dream. Everything starts there. But if you don't have a dream, then we can't get you started. We can't even get you started if you don't have a dream. If you can't identify something you want that your current circumstances will not do for you, we can't get you started. Okay? I got started 38 years ago because a guy said $1,500 a month part-time. It wasn't even money. I was just bored with my life. Honest to goodness truth. Because you've heard me say I had 4 cars in the driveway, a pool in the backyard, I had my own mortgage at that time already. I was just bored with life. And the guy said, if you know that's my part-time, I said, I'm not doing anything with my part-time but watching television. Do you know the average person still spends 30 to 40 hours more a week watching that boob tube every single week? One of my first videos had an audio message out called my $150,000 chair. We said, what do you mean by this $150,000 chair? He said, I took the amount of hours I spent in that chair watching television time, minimum wage. That chair cost me easily $150,000.
Good God.
Before I had to replace it. Almost every man in America got a $150,000 chair in his house. Almost everyone, except those in network. Why? Because we figured that's a waste of time sitting 30, 40 hours in front of that television every week. Watching whatever you watch, be it not football, somebody else's football, somebody else, just television in general. I had me $100,000 chair easily. I watched them. I was a walking TV guy for real. Okay. When I saw the opportunity to get more, I said, I'll go for it. I got some time. When I saw that I wasn't free and I understood that freedom was possible. See, I said, this is why I'm getting here. You got to have a dream of something your current circumstances, your current finances cannot do for you. The reason I talk so much about freedom, folks, is because people can go get a part-time job at Walmart and get a few extra bucks, buy some stuff for Christmas, buy a new lamp, buy some new furniture. Just what I'm saying, that doesn't take much. But freedom, that's a whole nother animal. Okay. And I don't care. You could be that great accountant, dentist, lawyer, making 150, 200 grand a year and not be free. Freedom is something you just can't just get by giving them a few hours. That's something your current circumstance can't do for you. And freedom is the ultimate goal. And freedom is, again, where your income and your lifestyle is not based upon your ability to perform. And understand, people say, well, I'm just going to invest my way to freedom. No. The fact of the matter is 95% of people never get that done. Never, ever, ever. 97% of people, never get that done. Do you know how difficult it is to invest enough money to where you got $5,000? You need $1 million to have $5,000 residual coming in every single month. You need to have $1 million solidly invested to look at $5,000 a month residual income and not touch your equity. Average person not gonna get that done.
That's right.
But in networking, because you're creating a business that spins off residual income, you can have that income coming in and not quite necessarily have that much equity in any particular thing. Look, most of the folks who are involved in our network all around the world, they don't even know me from Adam. If I walked into their house, they wouldn't know me if they saw me unless they're on a Zoom. They're acquiring assets here in GS Partners, not because they love Dr. Best. They acquire assets because the assets are paying 1 3/4%, 5%, 8%, 12% on their money.
Woo.
So they exchange dollars. We get paid to teach people to save their own money. And once they understand they can make a lot of money by saving their own money, and we get compensated for teaching them to do it, they're doing it regardless of Brother Eric Ture's presence or my presence. We're just here to educate and facilitate the process. And so if you find yourself saying, I don't have enough time, your dream's not big enough. If you say, I'm too old, no, you're not. Your dream's not big enough. You say, I'm not smart enough. That's not the problem. Your dream's not big enough. My upline quit. Not the problem. Your dream's not bigger than your uplines. Being there. Well, I'm not that cute. That's not the problem. Your dream's not big enough. Yeah. I don't have any money. Not the problem. Your dream's not big enough. Well, look, I don't like networking. That's not the problem. Your dream's not big. See, you don't even have to like this to do it. Only requirement to do this is you got to have a big enough dream that your current circumstances cannot fulfill. You say, I can't stand networking. What do they got to do with it? 90% of the population can't stand their job. They go to work every freaking morning. So liking it is not a requirement to be successful in it. If you do like it like I do, it makes it easier, but it is not a requirement. Look, the blockchain don't recognize if you like it or not. It's going to still pay you if you do the work. I mean, think about that for a minute. Well, I'm too black. No, you're not. Your dream's not big enough.
I'm a Muslim.
I'm Muslim. I can't do it. No. Your dream's not big enough. I'm Baha'i. Don't matter. Your dream's not big enough. I'm Jewish. Don't matter. Your dream's not big enough. I'm Catholic. No, dream's not big enough. I'm atheist. Don't matter. Your dream's not big enough. I can't do it because I'm agnostic. Don't matter. Your dream's not big enough. Okay. I got an alternative lifestyle. Don't matter. The blockchain don't recognize your lifestyle. Your dream's not big enough. You pay your $33 You got an ID in the system. You're in the system. The blockchain recognizes that, and that's all it recognizes. You produce, you're going to get paid 24 hours a day, 7 days a week based on your production, and all the other stuff is irrelevant. So what's the denominator? The denominator is the size of your dream. I know you determined enough to make that dream happen.
Consul. Consul says, I'm too white. I'm too broke. It don't matter.
Don't matter. Don't matter. My village too poor. You got a smartphone?
Right.
Don't matter.
That's right.
Okay. My country's currency all jacked up. Don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You do business in 150 countries. We only need your country. You ain't even got. Think about this for a minute. You could be in El Salvador or Venezuela. You could be in a country that's destitute, broke, no money, and have a business in the other 100 countries, and you still get paid. And your country's currency all jacked up.
But Bitcoin's going down.
Don't matter. This is a good time to do it. Why? We get paid in Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would really do it, but I can't afford to buy Bitcoin. Don't matter. We get paid in Bitcoin. Why? By introducing you to the program. Your dream's not big enough. Everything gets back to the size of your dream. Everything. Give me some other excuse, Brother Eric. Anything. Tell me something, folks. Type some excuse that people give you. And I guarantee you the answer is their dream's not big enough.
Okay. Let's check it out. Y'all come with a question. Let's put it in the chat. Let's put it in the chat before we get up out of here. You know,
I don't care. I don't know what they say. Okay? I'm too fat. Don't matter. Your dream's not big enough. I'm too skinny. Don't matter. Your dream's not big enough.
Kevin.
Look, I'm just retarded. Don't matter. Your dream's not big enough. Forrest Gump can do this thing right here. Okay? Forrest Gump had 3 friends. Hey, Mr. Jack Tister, Forrest Gump had who? Sergeant Dan.
Sergeant Dan and Jenny.
Jenny and Bubba.
Mm-hmm.
3 friends. And all he needed was one good one to come with him, one good with an idea. He found Bubba, and Bubba had a dream. What was Bubba's dream? See, I mean, it's a lot of lessons. Don't get me started on Forrest Gump, man. Because Forrest Gump, I mean, I know you young folk are 20 years old. You don't even remember that movie. Go back and watch it. Bubba had one dream.
Mm-hmm.
Shrimp. Okay. And then, no matter what they doing in the military, Bubba was talking about shrimp. You can barbecue the shrimp. You can skew the shrimp. You can do this with the shrimp. I mean, they got
talk all through his service, his time in the service.
Look, they clean it. Look, they clean the bathroom with a toothbrush, and Bubba talk about shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
Bubba was obsessed. Bubba was what? Fanatical. Okay? And all Bubba talked about was shrimp. And Bubba was so fanatical about that shrimp that he sold that dream to Forrest Gump. Bubba gets killed in Vietnam. The dream's so embedded in Forrest Gump that he comes out of the service, don't know what to do, so he go buy him a shrimp boat because Bubba sold that dream. I mean, think about that for a minute.
The transfer of belief.
You know? I mean, the man don't know nothing about shrimp. Look, wait. And his dream was, he don't know nothing about shrimp boat, don't know how to sell a boat, don't know how to captain a boat, don't know how to do nothing with a boat at all, but he got that dream because his dream was big enough. The facts didn't matter. He went out and got the boat, okay? Ooh. Got out there, end up through circumstance and storm, okay? Locked down the whole shrimping business, okay? Becomes a multi-doggone billionaire. Okay, with the Bubba Gum Shrimp Company.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, did the right thing, gave Bubba Gum Shrimp Mama some money. Okay, Sergeant Dane did the right thing by the money, invested in a fruit company called Apple.
Apple, yeah.
I mean, I love that movie, man. Okay, and Forrest Gump is a classic example. If the dream is bigger than facts, don't count.
Bishop Williams says, they always say I don't understand it.
That's right. And you don't have to understand it. Your dream's not big enough. You'll figure it out.
But the consul says I didn't hit the lottery.
Dream's not big enough.
Okay, who else we got here? I got so much on my plate right now, so I tell them to eat it.
But that's a classic case. They got so much on their plate right now. Why? Their dream's not big enough again.
Mm-hmm.
Because your dream is big enough, you're gonna say, wait a minute. See, watch this. That when a person give you that excuse, what they're really saying is, I'm busy. They use their whole 24 hours like everybody else does. And they don't think what you're showing them is worth them removing some of the things on their plate to do this.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they're saying. And sometimes you do have to develop some skills. Hey, good morning, Mr. McNeil, and say, look, but this is worth doing. We got to remove some of those things off your plate. And so watch this. If I could guarantee you $1 million in the next 12 months, could you remove some of those things off your plate to do this?
Woo.
See, there's some skills sometimes is required.
Woo.
Okay, to overcome some objections when people give you some of this stuff, because everybody's busy. The number one excuse that people use for not building this business is I'm busy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got to become professional and adapt to handling that. I know how you feel. I felt the same with this. What I found. If you can find out how to put together 1 or 2 hours a week, I'm gonna show you how to leverage some of that time to where it's gonna free up to have more time. And then eventually, if you elect to, eventually down the road, you have more time to put in this business, which will actually generate you more income down the road than what you're doing right now.
That's right.
Okay. Hey, let me ask you a question. Were you busy 5 years ago?
Ooh.
Yeah, man, I was swamped.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's
now
cold.
let me ask you a question. They
That's
say
cold.
insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. If you were too busy 5 years ago, too busy 10 years ago, and you're still busy right now today, what's going to change in the next 5 years? Nothing. That means we got to change something you're doing.
Ooh, that's cold.
Okay. At some point, we got to get some backbone and look people straight in the eye and just challenge them when they say, I'm too busy. I know you're busy. Everyone I know uses 24 hours. I don't have any extra time. I don't know about extra time. The question is, what are you doing with your time?
Mm-hmm.
Is the PTA meeting 3 times a month worth your time? I'm not trying to poo-poo education for kids, but I'm saying, what are you doing with your time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If all the party committees and stuff you own and all the different committees you own, what is it doing for you and your family? I'm not trying to make you selfish. I know we got to serve humanity and all the kind of stuff. I get it. But at some point, you got to stop and ask yourself, what am I doing with my time for me and my family? Because when it's time to pay tuition for those kids or those grandkids' education, they don't care how many PTA meetings you attended. They don't care how many social events you attended. They don't care how many walkathons to save the world you attended, save the whale, save the cow, save the meat, save the planet, save Black Lives Matter. They don't care. College want a check. They want tuition money. You can say, well, I would have it, but I spent the last 10 years of my life marching for, save humanity. Well, that's great, but we still need the 40 grand, Mr. Muhammad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, has anybody said, you Stokely Carmichael's son? Oh my God, let's just look. Your kids are welcome here to Morehouse. Come on in. Anybody do that to you, Brother Muhammad?
Oh, no, sir.
Nobody called you and say, you are Stokely Carmichael's son? Oh my God. Man, just bring your grandkids on in here. We got them covered. We got this, man. The price he paid for liberating, fighting for Black folk freedom. No problem, man. We got you, dude.
Yeah, they won't do that.
I'm gonna sign the check. You mean nobody stepped up and did that for you, Brother Eric?
Not at all. Not at all.
Now, by the way, I'm being sarcastic, but I truly think that's wrong. But that's another seminar.
We'll get there. We'll get there, Dr. Best. I know we'll get there. Because when you close this wealth gap, you close all the others.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at.
Yeah.
Kevin Miller says, but I'm waiting to get my money right.
Oh, God.
Just when I thought we were out, you pull us right back in.
Oh, man.
Woo.
I would tell you guys, folks, I love you. I really do. I just, I feel blessed and fortunate to be here and be surrounded by such incredible people and human beings who see this thing. And we're changing the world. And let's stay focused on this $33 and let's get folks to see it. With what I believe what Joseph Haidt has done is nothing short of incredible in my mind. That to put people who all around the world, I hope we never change it. I hope we stay right there at $33.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't care where we are, anywhere on the planet, anybody coming, he's literally took away every excuse anyone on the planet. Because I don't care where you are, I don't care what part of the world you live in, you can scrounge together $33, and they said no matter where you are, almost everybody on the planet got a smartphone today.
That's a fact. That's a
You
fact.
can go to a village that don't have running water, and everybody got a smartphone.
Or power.
Yeah, or power, but they got a phone.
Yeah.
And so that's unique. We have a very unique opportunity that way. And yes, the coin puts you in a unique position to create some millionaires very, very quickly. It may not seem very quickly because we know well, okay, Lord, give me 10 more minutes. Let's give me 10 more minutes. Okay, we're gonna be done in like 5 minutes. One of the keys is we got to get out of the paycheck mentality. If we can help our folks, and now when I say our folks, I mean folks on the other side of the tracks. I don't mean black folk in particular. I mean folks on the other side of the tracks looking to the successful side. We can help get us out of that paycheck mentality, Friday payday, and short-term money. This is how we fall. That's why so many of us fall for these money games and these short-term little, what all illegal pyramid schemes and all that kind of stuff. And Friday payday keep us looking for Friday payday and keep us broke all our life.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can just get over that mindset that, man, I got to get my money, I got to get paid, and start to think down the road. Okay. What's so great about this program to me is, there's instant money right now. If you want to get paid right now, great. There's another program out there that pays instantly. That's number one. So you can make money right now with the $33. That's fantastic. But from a long-term perspective, and to me, that's long-term, 2, 3, 4. If it takes 3 years, we're only been at a year now. But if it took 5 years for this coin G99 to go to $1, believe me, folks, it would be, you will look back and think you're the luckiest person in the world. Because you would have accumulated yourself 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million coins over that time period. That coin is $1, and you're sitting there now worth $2, $3, $4 million.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for those folks who are sitting there at 25 years old, talking, it take you forever. You be 30 years old, you sit there with $4 million going, go out and buy your doggone Ferrari or something. You're like, you 30 years old, sitting on a $4 million asset. Okay, I might understand the impatience of them folks who 55, 60, 65 years old. As Brother Eric said, we're on the other side of the hill.
That's right.
These young folk under 40, man, 5 years is nothing. But as Joseph Haidt has assured us, it's not going to take 5 years for the coin to go to 2,000, 3,000. But it's less than $1.
Mm-hmm.
And see, the longer it takes for the coin to grow, the more time you have to do what? Accumulate coin.
That's right. That's right.
There ain't no reason to get upset, man. If you out sharing this $33 program with people and you building your network, building your network, you ain't worried about what the coin. Man, I don't care. Take your time. I'm stacking more coin. Okay, I remember when I said, hey, I got 10 million. I remember when I said I got 20 million. I remember when I said I got 30 million. I remember when I said I got 40 million coin. And I said, look, I got a bunch of coin. I don't want to talk about it no more.
Mm-mm.
Woo.
Mm-mm-mm.
Okay, I don't know how many coin I got till I call Mike Johnson.
Mr. B.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. He get me excited about my coin. Okay. I get more excited about how many people got in the business over this blitz we just did on Sunday. And we're gonna do it again on Sunday. Okay. And the idea behind the blitz, folks, is to take one day out of the week and focus that day as many people as possibly can to focus on one call to the next call to the next call to the next call to the next call. It's not about you driving everybody, some people to 2 and some people to 5. No, it's drive all the people you can to 2, and then take all those folks and you say, look now, bring as many people back to the call at 3, and then bring as many people back to the call at 4, and bring as many people back to the call at 5, then bring as many people back to call at 6, then bring as many people back to call at 7, then bring as many people back to call at 8, then bring as many people back to training at 9. All in one day. We do that right, and we get to where we communicate that message. We could put 1,000, 2,000. We should have 1,000 people a day minimum, a day, joining Wealth Builders Worldwide right now at $33. Please. Anyway, folks. Brother Eric, you got anything else you want to add, man? If the dream is big enough, folks, the facts don't count. That's what I mean. You dream big enough, the facts don't matter what fact you might be dealing with. It don't matter.
That's right. That's right. All I have to add, don't be late to class. Class is in session in 5 hours. Don't y'all be late, because I got some serious attendance monitors in classes in session. Consistency wins in everything that we do.
Yeah. Folks, dream big. Don't anybody steal your dream. I had me a power nap early this evening. That's why I'm so fired up, so cranked up. So I appreciate those who happen to still be up and able to attend. So anyway, thank you. Hey, Miss Rockman, Kevin Miller. Kevin, you never sleep, man. I don't know what to do with you, man. You up all the time. Mr. Williams.
He's between Energizer Buddy and Bionic Man.
I'm serious, man. He on everything. He be right there on the time, all the time. So folks, dream big. Don't anybody steal your dream. And if the dream is big enough, what we say, Brother Eric, the facts don't count.
Facts don't count.
And if you got an excuse, the only excuse you got is your dream's too what? Small. First thing I get some coffee left. Hey, Brother McNeil. Guys, I'm out.
Oh, thank everyone. Forward.